There was an incident when Ramakrishna really scared Swami Vivekananda. This happened the second time they met, and there's a lot to be learned from this incident. Vivekananda at that time was not a Swami, he was simply Narendranath Datta. He'd met Ramakrishna once and he's very intrigued with that meeting, so he went back to meet him a second time at the Dakshineshwar temple. When he went up to Ramakrishna's room, he found that he was meditating on his bed. When Ramakrishna saw him, he was very happy to see him and he asked Vivekananda to come and sit on his bed. Now the minute Vivekananda sat down, Ramakrishna touched him with his foot, and then Vivekananda had an extraordinary experience. He found the walls of the room whirling around and disappearing, and he felt himself and the entire universe being sucked into a giant void. And this scared him. He thought he was going to die. So he cried out. He says, what are you doing? Don't you know I have parents at home? When Ramakrishna heard this, he laughed loudly and he touched Vivekananda on his chest and he said, all right, it doesn't have to happen all at once. It'll happen in its own good time. And amazingly, that experience disappeared as quickly as it came and the room came back to normal. Now Vivekananda thought a lot about this and he decided that next time something like this happened, he would not let it overwhelm him. Now why did this happen to Vivekananda? The answer is given in one of the sutras in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which says that common mundane existence has a force and a tenacity of its own, and it affects even the wise. And it affected Swami Vivekananda. And in his case it was spiritual, but this can happen to us also in our normal life through our physical experiences, that we are resistant to change. We like to keep things the way they are, and when great change comes, we don't embrace it, we try and resist it. But the lesson to be learned here was also given very clearly by a British biologist called Charles Darwin, who studied the survival of species, and he also studied the origin of species. And one of the amazing conclusions that he came to was that over time, it was not the strongest species that survived or the most fittest. It was the ones who are most adaptable to change. So when great change comes into your life, you must learn to adapt to it, you must learn to embrace it, you must not resist it. An important point to remember here is that God never gives us a challenge which we cannot overcome. Always remember this, no matter how great the challenge may seem to be in your life, God always gives you the tools to overcome that challenge. So when great change comes into your life, be determined like Vivekananda and decide that you're not going to let it overwhelm you, you're going to adapt to it and you're going to embrace it. If you're able to do it, your life is going to be wonderful. Thanks for watching.